Welcome back. I'm Curtis Smith. Today I'm with Rick Daniel, who's the Bernalillo County Horticulture Agent. We're looking at houseplants.
Hi Curtis, glad to be here today. What's the story on this houseplant you've got here?
Okay, this is one that is getting a little large. This is the time of the year when people are looking at their houseplants, trying to figure out what to do with them. And when you get something as large, and this one could get much larger, but there are reasons that I'm going to do this, but I'm going to propagate it and make it smaller. And that's one of the reasons for propagating a plant is to reduce the size. And I've got another problem here though, and it's been growing in a vase, and there's a lot of roots in here, but every time I add water I'm adding salt. And these salts are accumulating where the water evaporates from the top of the roots. Salt's a problem.
And it seems like in New Mexico we see salt as a problem regularly. What are some things that you can do to help alleviate that?
Okay, if it's a potted plant, what you can do is repot. You don't even have to repropagate if the plant's the right size. Just replace the soil with fresh soil to get soil that doesn't have so much salt built up in it. You can also, when you irrigate so water runs through the pot and carries the water away, as long as it's actually, you've got moist soil that you're irrigating. If it's been really dry, it runs around that soil and you're not doing much good. But in a vase situation, you know, you're going to have this problem develop. And I'm concerned I see some of the roots beginning to die from the salt damage. So I wanted to repropagate it. It gives me a smaller plant and gives me security so that if I do lose this one, I've still got the plant.
Right.
And this one's kind of special. I found this as a little tiny piece lying on a sidewalk in January about 4 years ago. So I brought it in, put it in the vase, not intending to leave it in the vase this long.
I noticed you have foil and stuff all around there. What's with that?
Well, what had happened here, there's really two reasons for that. First reason, less important, is roots grow better in the dark. This is a tropical plant. It's a tropical epiphyte, which means it grows on the sides of trees. Its roots are kind of used to being out in the light, so that's not major for this particular plant. But the other problem was a major problem. The light getting inside the water here through the side of the vase was allowing algae to grow. This algae was then producing a very foul smell.
Oh, so by putting the foil on, you're able to prevent the light, prevent the algae, and
reduce it. I don't know that I prevent it, but I reduce the algae. And when I fertilize, you know, I'll get a little bit of an algal bloom, and this reduces that to some extent. And the plant does better because then it doesn't have to fight for the fertilizer. So a lot of reasons for that.
So could you have just put it in a different pot or vase or something starting off that wasn't clear?
This would start easier in water, and so I started it that way.
Okay.
And what we're looking at here is I could have air layered this. This is a good plant for air layering. Of course, this one's, you cut a stem, put it in water, it's going to grow. Air layering is easy. This one is one that has root primordium, these little bumps at every one of these nodes, and those are roots sitting there ready to grow. People who have philodendrons like this in an atrium or another humid environment are going to see these roots growing out, sometimes getting in the way. They're just looking for a tree to hang on to. Philodendron, by the way, means tree lover, because it hugs a tree, and that's the roots that it uses to hug the tree. In my case, though, I used it to propagate it. And so what you could do is take a ball of sphagnum moss, wrap it around it, wrap that with plastic. You're familiar with air layering.
Right.
And you may have to re-water that every once in a while, but this propagates so rapidly that you can probably seal both ends of that plastic. I wanted to try something different, so this is a variation on that. What I did, I put a handful of moist sphagnum moss in a plastic bag.
You're trying to see what's happening in there? Is that what's going on here?
Well, it allows me to watch the roots grow, and I was kind of curious which roots would start growing. And so one root began growing, and it's grown. It's about 18 inches long now. It's branching. It's time to cut it loose. What we'll do is put this one in another vase. We could put it in soil, but I'd rather have done that earlier when the roots were smaller, so it's likely to damage it. And so what's going to happen, I'll cut it. A new bud's going to grow below that. It's going to grow a little bit, and I'll probably air layer it with true air layering with the plastic wrapped around the sphagnum moss. And then I'll move it into a soil medium. This one, though, will do better in water. And this is a nice project for people to watch how plants grow. It's good for schools.
So do you want to go ahead and take this out? And
I'm going to let you do the honors.
Oh, you are?
And
okay,
so
let's
remove that tape that I sealed it with.
So we can get it out of here without...
Gingerly. It's probably sticking to the plastic.
It sure is.
That's what it does to a tree.
We can get it out of there.
If it breaks, it's really not going to hurt. And then what we're going to do is cut it below where that root comes out.
So right in down here somewhere?
That'd be real good right there.
Okay.
And then just put it in a vase. Let's see how long that root is when we hold it up.
Look at that.
pretty good root development. And that's in about 3 weeks. Put it in the vase, and then we can put water in.
Pour some water in there.
It's off and running. We've got a nice holiday decoration. And this will start growing. I can repropagate it, make another plant. After it grows, do another one. After it grows, do another one. I've got gifts to give away.
You've got gifts for your friends, all right.
If I do too many, I may turn friends into enemies. Rick, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good to have you here.